A lot of who we are is because of our childhoods. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Yasmin.
And I'm Nadia.
If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to hit the subscribe button below and the bell so you're notified every time we upload a new video on how to transform your life from stressed and unfulfilled to joyful and balanced. So in the past, Yasmin and I went through years and years of consistent burnout, and we know firsthand that our stress and burnout stemmed from programming and conditioning that we carried from our childhood. And we were only able to stop our burnout when we realized this and let go of the programming and conditioning and false beliefs that we were carrying from our childhood. And today we want to share some of the beliefs and conditioning that you may have adopted in your childhood that answers the question as to why you are experiencing consistent burnout. So the first way your burnout may be linked to is if achieving and accomplishing things was the only thing that made you feel good, adequate, or stable as a child. If you grew up in an environment where you were only praised, approved of, or recognized by your caregivers when you achieved or accomplished something, then you could have easily built the habit of constantly striving to achieve things and the belief that your value as an individual is based on your achievements. Being aware of a way to be praised, accepted of, and approved of as a child by achieving and accomplishing things would likely make you want to increase that behavior as much as possible, because not achieving would mean that you wouldn't be approved of and praised, which would likely make you feel inadequate or unsafe or defective in some way. In adulthood, if this continues and isn't managed, it's likely to lead to burnout because you continue to work constantly trying to overachieve, still believing that that will result in you being praised, determine your worth, and make you feel adequate and accepted. It is therefore important to acknowledge as an adult that you do not need to overwork and overachieve to be safe, adequate, or enough. It is important as children for us to be accepted and approved of by our caregivers because we are literally dependent on them for our survival. However, as an adult, that is no longer the case. You are able to meet your own needs and you can depend on yourself. So you don't need to continue to overwork and strive endlessly to accomplish things for praise and approval by others. If you do continue to do this, it will weigh you down, cause constant burnout, and erode your sense of self-worth. The second way is you have been conditioned to believe that work and success in life is a priority. Growing up, your parents may have impressed upon you how important school and good grades are. Teachers reinforce the importance of studying and its role in the work that you end up doing. Society, from the news to music to TV programs, emphasizes the culture of work and stories of people climbing the corporate ladder and obtaining more and more success. From such a young age, our minds are conditioned and reinforced by our environment that the work that we do is so very important. The general message we get from society is to pay less attention to our joy and intuition and prioritize what society tells us we should do, like getting a 9 to 5, working hard, acquiring material possessions, and climbing corporate ladders. It's no surprise then that this is what we do. We continue to ignore our true selves and we work and work and work, even when we are tired, because our society doesn't prioritize well-being and joy. It prioritizes work and being able to fund material possessions, and we are convinced that this is what will bring us happiness, and in most cases it doesn't. Realize that we have been conditioned to believe these things, but if we want true happiness, we have to connect with ourselves and align to what brings us joy in our lives. Work not at the expense of your well-being, but instead to support a happy, healthy, and balanced lifestyle. The third way is, as a child, you were punished for saying no, expressing your opinion, or having boundaries. If you grew up in an environment where you were not allowed to say no, express your opinions, or your boundaries were often overstepped, you would likely have grown up not learning how to protect yourself with healthy boundaries, how to say no, or how to stop other people overstepping your boundaries. This can lead to problems in adulthood, one of them being burnout, because you probably take on more than you can handle and get confused about responsibilities and how much you should actually be taking on. If as a child you were forced to take on more responsibility than you should have, or you had to carry the burden of other adults' responsibilities, then as an adult it's likely you do the same, unless you have consciously changed that behavior. It is important as an adult to now learn, implement, and stick to your own set of boundaries to keep yourself safe and burnout free. Self-love, self-trust, and self-respect are very important here. You want to put yourself first, decide what you need, have the courage to stick to what you decide, and trust that you can handle any situation that comes your way. The fourth way is that you're overcompensating for having been called lazy. Did you ever have experiences in childhood where you remember being called lazy and remember being quite upset about it? Did you ever feel like even though you tried your best, it wasn't enough? As children, one of our key basic needs is the need to be loved. And because this is such a strong need for our survival, we are willing to sacrifice many other needs to have this one met. Consider whether you may have made the link that working hard instead of being lazy means that your need to be loved was met. If you were called lazy as a child, perhaps by a parent, even if you didn't consider yourself as being lazy, maybe at that time you were exploring and playing and focused on your joy rather than work. But perhaps your parent thought you were being lazy and they seemed a bit angry or disappointed and called you lazy because you were not doing your schoolwork. You may have felt rejected by your parent and linked that being lazy means not getting love. So what you did is you chose to sacrifice your joy to do work instead to not seem lazy so you would receive love. Here, a need to work arises. These childhood experiences can be carried through to your adult life and cause you to act in a way that makes you stressed and burnt out. The idea isn't to get angry at your parents, society, or caregivers, but it's to bring awareness and figure out whether you hold a false belief that you are lazy, which is fueling your need to work so you can prove yourself to others and feel loved. So look deep into the driving force behind your work habits and your burnout and figure out whether you are still seeking the approval of others. And shadow work can really help you with this. We'll link our free masterclass below, which is called Burnout to Balance, which will take you through a step-by-step guide on how you can do shadow work and figure out exactly what's fueling you and what behaviors you have that's leading to your burnout. That's it for today, guys. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And until next time, thanks for watching. Bye.